What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the New Balance 990 V6 from the Gray Matter pack in this gray and black colorway. Today's video is brought to you by Capsule. So Capsule is a brand new product on the market that helps preserve your sneakers and extends their life by up to 2 times. So their product is entirely science-based and it helps to fight the main 2 causes of why your sneakers end up crumbling, turning yellow, and showing age, which is hydrolysis and oxidization. So it's a very simple, straightforward process. They offer a reusable, airtight preservation pod that prevents UV rays from coming in, and that's when you push in their special sauce, which is their formulated cartridge, which not only pushes out the bad air that contains the dust, the dirt, but it also pushes in their special formula, which is the key which really helps preserve the life of your sneakers. So I'm not talking about the sneakers that you wear daily. This product, in my opinion, is best used for more of those grail type sneakers, the ones that you wear only a couple times in a year, and then the rest of the time they're just sitting in a box in your closet. So if you want to keep those sneakers looking fresh and preserve them for as long as possible, check out Capsule. I'll link their social media, their website, all that good stuff down below. So check them out, do some research on your own, see if it's a product that would suit your needs, and let me know what you guys think. So this in my hand is part of the latest New Balance collection from Teddy Santis. This is a made in USA New Balance 990 V6, and it's part of New Balance's Gray Matter collection, which released alongside other models like the 996, the 998, and also a 990 V4, which I reviewed on my channel previously. So the colorway for this shoe is gray and black, and they released officially on February 8th for a retail price of $220 US or $285 here in Canada. And I grabbed these over at Soul Stop, so a big shout out over to those guys. They are definitely one of the best sneaker boutiques when it comes to New Balance sneakers within Canada. So I just want to give a quick shout out over to them. So the style code for this shoe is U990TG6. And obviously what caught my eye about this pair is it's a very clean, very simple, and a very wearable colorway, which fits right up my alley. So jumping right into the details of this shoe, as we start things off with the toe box, you'll see that this is covered in the same material that we saw on the 990 V4. So this is a nylon material, but it's textured in a way where it almost feels like a textile, as opposed to a normal typical mesh. So it's a bit more tightly wound together, but it's a bit more of a unique material compared to a typical mesh that they usually use on the V6. Right towards the medial edge of the toe box, we have a reflective 3M layer, and then overlaid on both sides of the toe box, we have this perforated synthetic nubuck. Towards the laces, we have another reflective layer in black with the New Balance branding, and then covering the front toe cap, we have this genuine suede in this gray color. This same gray suede covers the eyelets of the sneaker, and then the top 2 eyelets are covered in another reflective layer, also done in a mix of black and silver. And then stitched on top of the mid panel, we have this oversized New Balance end logo, which is also constructed out of 3M and a mix of silver and black once again. And then underneath this, we have more of that synthetic perforated nubuck, we have gray suede on the bottom, and then towards the back end of the shoe, we have a black colored reflective layer. Surrounding the bottom of the heel, we have another layer of genuine suede with 990 branding pressed onto the lateral side. In the middle, we have this TPU heel clip with New Balance made in USA branding, and this gives you a little bit of structure around the heel, and then the top of the heel is covered in a black colored mesh. As far as laces go, so these come with 2 different lace options. The standard lace that they come with is a flat style lace in white, but they also come with a cream colored lace if you want to give the shoe a little bit more of a tonal look. Underneath this, the bottom half of the tongue is covered in that same cream colored nylon that we saw on the toe box. However, the top of the tongue is covered in more of a traditional mesh, and then pressed on top we have New Balance 990 V6 branding. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is covered in a white colored nylon, and the V6 is pretty thinly padded, and internally there's really not too much foam here. As far as the insoles go, so these come with a decently well padded foam lined insole. It's lined in this black finish on top, and we have New Balance running branding pressed onto the heel. So the upper of the V6, this sits atop this very chunky midsole, which is crafted using a mix of fuel cell and end cap technologies. So the fuel cell is found on the forefoot, which is this white portion here, as well as the lateral heel, which is done in this cream color. But we have an end cap wedge, which sits across the heel. This is a dual density foam setup, which gives you additional structure and support while not sacrificing comfort. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, so this outsole is crafted using this black colored rubber. We have this wavy style traction pattern on the forefoot, along with these grooves to give you added flexibility, And you can see on the heel, we have fuel cell branding, which is pressed onto the foam layer which sits right above the rubber. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. And for those wondering about sizing, to me these fit like most of my other 990 V6s, so I personally prefer to go a half size down. The 990 V6 is a shoe that fits pretty long, but it is a little bit on the narrow side, but I feel like in my experience, the more you wear them, and after probably about a day or two of solid wear for a few hours, the width of the shoe does break in a little bit, and it ends up accommodating most people's feet unless you have a really wide foot. Then in that case, then stick true to size and deal with the extra length. So to give you guys a point of comparison, so I went a half size down in these. I got these in a 9.5, and I also wear a 9.5 in other New Balance silhouettes like the 992, 993, 990 V3, V4, and V5. And in comparison, I stick true to size or a size 10 in New Balance silhouettes like the 2002R, 860 V2, 1906R, and a lot of made in UK models like the 991 and the 1500. So it comes down to personal preference. If you're someone that doesn't like the width of the shoe being really snug across the toe box, and you're okay with a shoe that has a little bit extra room lengthwise, then go true to size. Otherwise, go a half size down. You might need some break-in time, but otherwise, in my opinion, that's the better fit. Moving on to the comfort, so the V6 is a very comfortable New Balance silhouette, but compared to, for example, the V4 or V5, it feels a lot more unstable, a bit more wiggly, and that's because of this chunkier midsole and the use of fuel cell. So it doesn't feel nearly as stable, you don't feel as locked in and low to the ground, but it does feel more plush, so it comes down to personal preference once again. If you're defining comfort based off of how squishy and how soft the material is, you'll probably feel these are very comfortable. But if you're someone that likes to be a little bit more flat and feel like you have more stability underfoot, then I'd probably recommend models like the V5, which are way more stable than these. But it's not to say that it's a totally unstable shoe. Like I mentioned earlier, there is end cap on the heel, which does give you some of that stability that's needed. It's just compared to the previous 990 generations, it definitely feels a lot different compared to those models. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality, this is pretty much like any of your other made in USA 990s. The suedes are a genuine suede and it feels pretty solid. And like I said earlier, I like the use of this textile feeling nylon that they use on the toe box and the collar. So material wise, it was solid, nothing spectacular, but what you come to expect from a made in USA New Balance shoe. And from a build and craftsmanship standpoint, for the most part, it was solid. I noticed some wrinkling of this nylon base layer, but I feel like once I put my foot into the shoe, that kind of disappears. And other than that, it was pretty free of glue stains. The stitch job was pretty good as well. So I really had no major complaints about this shoe. So kudos to the New Balance factory that put these together. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. If you're a fan of the 990 V6 or if you're looking to buy your very first pair, I think this is a solid pair to pick up. If you're looking for a shoe that you can wear pretty often, it's not necessarily going to break any necks, but it's a reliable, simple colorway that you'll definitely get your money's worth if you're judging it on a per wear basis. This shoe goes with basically anything you want to rock it with outfit wise, which I guess makes it kind of a boring colorway to some people. But again, for those in the market for a shoe that you're going to be able to wear a lot, I think this is a beautiful colorway. But if I had to choose between these and the 990 V4s, I'm going to give the edge to the V4s. I just think this color blocking works a little bit better on that sort of silhouette, more of that classic looking silhouette, whereas the V6 is a bit more modern looking. And I think funkier, livelier colors work a little bit better on the V6 silhouette instead. But that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this gray matter or gray and black colorway of the 990 V6? As usual, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8. check me out on X or Twitter at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and hopefully it helped you in some way, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.